ahead, slowing down and taking no time. I gotta keep it rolling. Those windshield.
Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gig Worker Roundtable. I gotta get that straight. This thing is a little loose. Sorry about that. I want to welcome. Wait, so it's that way. Kim Side Money Plans, Tom Kelly, Cheyenne, and Michelle. If I got them all right. First try. What's up, everybody? So yeah, we got some topics for tonight. Little fun, a little we're gonna make you cry, we're gonna make you laugh, and make you question things. But first thing I want to mention here, because I've had a lot of people asking me this. So this is what's going to happen for the next month. All of the Wednesdays where I do Last Mile will not be the hour Last Mile. They will be a 5-hour live on Wednesdays. I will be multi-apping. I will be using Curry, dlivrd, Metrobi, Doordash, Uber Eats, Instacart, Rodeo, and of course, DisplayRide will be running to keep me safe. So join me. I know that you guys love popping through. That's the perfect time to catch me for questions in between things or whatever, but we'll be doing this together because I know that I haven't been doing as many ride-alongs. It's just been so damn hot that I'm usually done early in the morning, but it's starting to, knock wood, but it's starting to let up a little. And we've started getting a little bit of rain too, which has been extremely helpful. So I don't know. I think we all experience major heat. All of us are, except for Cheyenne, are in places that, well, you don't see heat like that.
Not like that, but it's been getting chilly. Like at night, it's getting cold.
Yeah, I would kill for that right now. Like that, I love that. I would want that year round. This is driving me nuts.
We're in an unusual, I don't even know what you want to call it, but it's mid-70s here, which is weird for this time of year. So the past 3 days, it's been mid-70s, but it's been absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I would take that too. I mean, we were like 89 today, and that's as down as it. That's the first time we've been in the under the 90s in a couple months.
Wow.
So,
it's
but
62 right now. I just checked.
Yeah. So but if you noticed in that list, even Instacart and Rodeo will be included. I don't know what'll be done with them, but I'll be showing you guys what I got, like what's there, so you
I'm
guys
like,
see
you
it.
are going to take an Instacart.
I know.
I
right?
will take an Instacart, even if it sucks, just to do it, just to get one on the books again. Because it's every time I do one, it's been like a year. I go like a year, and then I do one, and then I go like another year, and I'm just like, and it's not. I don't even think you know what though, Kim? In all honesty, I don't even turn it on a lot of the times because I just don't need another app running in the background if it's not doing anything for me.
See, I feel like it's a good app to run in the background because it doesn't make a lot of noise. It just kind of pings, like it pings every time like you get something, so it's not annoying. And if you see an order, you just kind of grab it.
Well, I know how it works.
I know that, but I'm just saying, I'm pleading the case of why it's good to keep in the background.
Oh, I'm gonna try. Like I said, I'm gonna try. I'm just saying that I and Tony and those of us in this market, we don't. It's not as annoying, but every order sucks. So let's see. We'll see. It'll be on. I'll show you guys. We'll make some decisions together some of the time. Even I'll say, "What would you guys take that?"
No, at Instacart, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I was gonna
what do you
say,
mean? Oh, you mean because I only have a second to do it?
Pretty much.
You have to have a trigger finger.
Yeah.
You see it, you grab it.
Well, it'll be. I mean, I know I can make more on the other apps. If I'm seeing huge ones, I'll just grab them. But otherwise, I'll grab one or two here or there. But I'm gonna say hi to everybody real quick. What's up, Traveler? Hey, Lee. Hi, Ellen. How are you? What's up, Thomas Mathis? Avoid me, like avoid me. Okay. Hello, Kevin, Bubba Sue, Christopher Taylor. How are you doing? And where to go? Anthony, how are you? And the other people are up here on the. Thank you, Christopher Taylor, for the membership gifting. I love that too, guys, because that's really what I mean, on my channel, I love the you guys being members, because there's a lot of member videos. So there's a lot on there for you guys. Brandon, how are you? And guys, don't miss Brandon. Brandon always goes live when we end. So when we end tonight here, go over and catch out Dashing Grandpa. Yeah, no doubt, Thomas. I've just been chilling and letting everybody else have it, but now I'm stepping in. I'm coming back.
That's what it is.
Sure.
What's up, Rodney? How are you doing, buddy? And what's up, Crystal? And what's up, Tommy? And yeah, I think I got everybody. So the first story here, I know that we've all seen, maybe you haven't, but I think most of us have seen this week. I talked about it on the audio podcast, but so briefly, because it's really not even worth the time, but I needed to, and I need to use the images that I went and found because I find this just too funny. I've read a handful of the articles where DoorDash and mattress firm have teamed up. I'm just curious how many people are in vehicles where they can do this or this.
That. So did you
I mean, you can always have somebody lay on it too if it's going to come off.
Did you
hold
read
it?
the whole, you didn't read the whole thing.
No, I mean, I know what's going on with them. I just, why not pick a roadie? Why not pick a B2B? Why not pick a Metrobi? Why not pick a Curry? You know what I mean? Like, why are you picking a platform that is known for just providing awful service? You know what I mean? Like, I get why DoorDash would want to do it, of course, the money and giving drivers more of an option. But why use DoorDash? I mean, everybody that teams up with DoorDash steps away.
They need to learn their lesson.
Exactly.
Right, but okay, here's my thing. Mattress Firm is, if I read it right, Mattress Firm is the largest mattress company in the country. Okay, so if that's the case, wouldn't you want to team up with somebody who, even though we don't like Rodeo for the payment reasons, like somebody who can actually dedicate some drivers and get some, like, I don't know, Rodeo's UPS. Maybe they would actually dedicate some real attention to that. And I don't know. I'm just, even Easy Cater doesn't, they call DoorDash the nuclear option.
Wow.
I mean, that speaks volumes. I had a meeting with Easy Cater that was set up for, I had to do this half-hour Q&A thing with them about some testing things that they were curious about. And so, I mean, even they refer to them as the last option. And that's food. I mean, I don't want my mattress dealt with by a company that can't even bring my food to the door. You know?
Yeah, I think they're going to realize that they made a mistake on that one.
No matter how they branch it off or what they do. I know. I just like these pictures. Like, this one's great.
That one's priceless.
This is how I see them coming. And the guy's holding your bag of lunch too on the top.
No, he's holding the groceries.
I don't know. I just find it funny.
Their
And
mattress
it is the news right now for DoorDash. Like, if you type in DoorDash in Google and hit news, you don't even need to hit a filter. All the news articles are 8 of them are gonna be about this.
Yeah.
So
Supposedly, though, I just want to clarify. It's boxed mattresses that are actually in a box. That's first thing. But majority of it is like bed linens and pillows and like stuff like that, at least according to what I read. Just to clarify.
Right. But box mattress just means mattress in a bag in a box.
No,
No,
you've
they
never
have
seen
those-
a box mattress before?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about like the rollouts only? Like the purples and okay. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
like they like shrink it like so it's like super
Yeah, I
tight
know.
and then they roll
Okay.
it and then you box it and it'll go
you know, though, I got to be honest. Yeah, Max has one of those. Those still are very heavy. Who's going to be bringing these up to your door and stuff? And what, like, I mean, because they are. I've lifted these. I mean, this is not normal DoorDash.
Steve,
I mean, people don't do curry because they don't want to lift. So you're going to lift mattresses?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was just going to tell you that I have some answers for you because this hit our group so fast.
Yeah.
And it's not really mattresses per se. It's all the accessories, sheets, pillowcases, and things of that nature. But the group was 95% resounding no, no, and hell no. We're not doing that.
Is mattress? I mean, is Mattress Firm known for their sheets? I don't know anybody who's ever bought Mattress Firm sheets. You
It's
go get
just-
your sheets somewhere
It's
else,
just like the My Pillow guy used to only do My Pillow, and now
right?
all kinds of things. I think Mattress Firm is expanding out on their options, and also I believe Kim said it. It's a shrunken up little set that does weigh about 100 pounds.
I was gonna say they're not that little either. Like my
it's-
son's bed is a double, and I mean that's a big box and it's heavy.
I couldn't really find the big post that we had, but it was so many people sent it in, and they actually went in and talked to Mattress Firm people and found out that it's going to be accessories.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, you remember when DoorDash did wasn't it DoorDash that did we're gonna let you deliver lawn furniture? Like we were talking about this like 6 months ago or something. I don't know whatever happened with it.
Wasn't it Big Lots? And
I don't remember. It was just something was gonna allow this to what did he say about a 1x3 foot shoebox?
No, I was trying to get Kyle's message up, and but for some reason it keeps sticking.
If we start seeing mattress, I mean, yeah. Again, it'll look just like this.
Well, something else that's been going on quite a bit that people have been ordering from Lowe's, and we're seeing back ends of little SUVs with 15 bags of rock in it. And, girls about my size, and you know how tall I am, like 5'2", and the people want it actually brought up to their garage door or something like that. And I can't tell you, I get Lowe's myself. I just ignore them and, don't pick them up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess again, I'm very curious because there's 8 times there's 10 times as many last mile B2B services as there are food delivery companies. So why are you going with the one that's losing in every respect? I mean, if you did your homework, you'd see that everybody leaves DoorDash. Nobody.
They didn't do their homework.
The partners don't stick with DoorDash. They come and go. So, but yeah, I think it will be interesting. I think it'll be hilarious if DoorDash drivers do start driving around with them on their roof.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, the other thing is, good luck, because some of you guys aren't going to be able to. I mean, like, I don't know what they're doing about space either, because even like my vehicle is going to get a boxed mattress, like with the bed down in my SUV. I can get it in there, but a lot of cars aren't going to get them.
No, exactly.
Even the boxed ones, I've seen them. The boxed ones that are rolled are still very heavy. The boxes are very big.
And who's carrying that?
So,
what if you're in an apartment building?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's
Come get it.
like I carried it in, but like I carry stuff for curry all day, and there's people who don't want to take the 10-pound boxes on curry, and yet now it's going to be on DoorDash to carry 100, 130-pound rolled mattresses.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think the whole thing will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how quick it fails, how much a driver's paid to take a mattress, all the fails that'll come with it. How long before DoorDash loses this partnership? Any bets? I'm gonna say 6 months.
That long?
No, I'll say before the year ends.
Well, in my market, the first time somebody gets it, they'll probably pick it up, cancel it, and take it home.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Or if it's raining or falls off, what are they going to do about all these? Like, who's hitching them to your cars? I go to B2B all day.
In my market, they keep food. So if they get a nice clean mattress, they're probably going to keep it. Mattresses are expensive.
They are
very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah, but that's a really tough one to put on the porch, take the picture, and then run back for and grab it and run.
No, they would just cancel it before it got to the person's house.
Exactly.
Yeah, it fell off.
Fell off my car.
Yeah,
Fell off.
Yeah, fell off. My dog ate it.
My car.
My dog ate it.
My dog ate it.
But okay, so that's something. I mean, that's kind of a laugh to me. I don't know. We'll see. But it does say that it's going to be at 2,300 of the store locations in the U.S. So that's, to me, this is, again, they don't even roll out little things, or they don't roll out anything to like more than 10 markets. This sounds like
Well,
they're rolling it out to every market. Like, go.
let me just say one thing. My son was at a local delivery company. I believe the local delivery and mattress delivery itself is so expensive. I'm talking starting at $95 or $100 to get a mattress delivered to you. That DoorDash was these people will do it for a lot less. It's amazing. This acceptance rate thing is so ingrained in people's minds now. They take everything and do not care. I mean, they take $2 orders all day long to keep up the AR. The AR has become fanatical.
Yeah.
Fanatical.
Do you not see more and more and more people on the group though, like not caring as much,
Caring?
like about their AR? Because I mean,
Oh,
the
no.
more and more people, I mean, I was even talking to Kim, not maybe just recently, about, how even to her, and she's always kept that top status of like, is it, I mean, you're just losing everything by the day. It's like, is it even worth it?
Top Dasher was one thing, and that was acceptable. This platinum has
Yeah.
become maniacal. These people are maniacal. They're out of their minds with it. And to get 94, 95, or 100, they're freaking out. If they think if they go below 95, they won't get good orders, but yet they're taking crap orders all day and no tip orders. And I don't know if they're ever getting any big orders, but they've got them convinced that if their AR drops, and in my markets, it's working because I never see anything sitting around anymore. There used to be
Yeah.
McDonald's sitting around, Chipotle sitting there all night long, and the orders are all being picked up. So it must be working between that and EBT, because in my market, this morning they were paying $19.75 an hour.
Well, my guess, the only thing I can come up with here, the only reason, because I see even like Thomas is even asking, other people are mentioning like, why would they partner with the, the only thing I come up with is that because DoorDash has its footprint so big in the US, it has an agreement with Mattress Firm to like deliver the first month for free, because a lot of this had to do with school going back too. So that's why I was saying by the end of the year, they'll be done. I feel like this partnership is to test the B2B zone and to see if they can handle it at all logistically, and it'll just fail, but maybe they'll have a wash during the onboarding of new students.
Well, the last big interview that I saw with Tony Zhu was that he said his vision is to deliver everything.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
his
But
vision.
every time they dip their foot, that's why I was asking about the lawn furniture, because I remember this article and I don't remember if it might have even been like Instacart or Uber Eats. Like a lot of them were looking into this when we talked about it. And that's why I wonder, because every time they try, it seems like within a month or two, they're just done. Like they fail miserably every time. And it's not a shocker. I'm not just picking on DoorDash. You can't be a platform that's built for that and then say, let's do everything in the world. No, that, you're talking about total, I mean, Curry alone. I work with the logistics team over there. The B2B side is so much tougher than, and the items become worth a lot more money. I mean, what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do when a Dasher loses I know some of those purple mattresses go up to $1,500. What are you going to do when one fell off my car on the highway? Sorry. And we know exactly where it goes,
Yeah.
It's not going to be like Sherman-Williams paint. Like when I deliver that for Curry, that stuff's low jacked now. Like it has a little like locator. They can call me and say, you just made a wrong turn.
Well, I had to discontinue a thread today on Walgreens because I don't even want some of this stuff getting in people's minds. But they were talking about keeping prescription medicine from Walgreens. Now, when I get my Walgreens pickups, if I do prescriptions, my goodness, I would never consider opening it. That's just who I am. I'm not going to hurt, my status with DoorDash, but I can't speak for everybody else. And these folks that think there might be some good medicine in there. You know, when did we become pharmaceutical deliverers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
really.
don't really get that. Tom, what is your feeling on not being bonded and being handed bags of who knows what type of meds?
Yeah, it's incredibly dangerous, especially these days where, there have been so many lawsuits about opiate abuse and all that kind of stuff. And so these things are really tightly controlled. And then here's like a big hole in this big tight, how tightly controlled everything is. In fact, these days, so I take a sleep medicine sometimes that I guess is on the list. So now when I go to the doctor, they pee test me to make sure that I'm not taking anything else that could, be, mess with this or, make me high or whatever.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that strict these days. And yet now you can get
But is it if everybody's able to just go? I mean,
now you can get some 22-year-old idiot who picks up some Vicodin, and to take to grandma's, and it never makes it, or it gets
Yeah.
replaced with something else or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be like Junkie Dash. I'm just down here till I get picked off for stealing meds.
Yep.
But so Tom, you'll like this one. This is a good one. My thing is unfrozen. So I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but Uber is entering autonomous. I'm not kidding, dude. This
here
is
we
from
go.
this is from today. So you guys all remember that GM crushed that girl in San Francisco. I know Shania, you were here, Kim. Like we all talked about this, and drug her 20 feet, pinned her under the car. In 2018, they say that the driver, or what is it? Not even a driver, the driver technician or whatever they called her for $20 an hour in Tempe, that she, while on the Uber platform, was responsible for killing the pedestrian that got hit when really her job was just to kind of be secondary to the car. So it was a real putting it off on there. So we got the two companies that kill. Those are 2 times, but they've killed on multiple occasions. But we got the 2 companies that kill. Cruise got kicked out of California, but now they're coming back, and it came right as the earnings call came out with Uber. So when Cruise left California, the CEO and co-founder Kyle Vaught quit Cruise, or was, I don't know if he was like let go or whatever, but he's gone. And so now Mark Whitten, the CEO of Cruise, and Derek Khosrowshahi have hailed this press release, stressing that they will be the first company to ever have blah, 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 blah. We're going to have driverless cars and blah, blah. And here's the kicker. It will be by the end of next year. There we go again. Always 1 to 2 years out, and then always a lie. And this came at an earnings call. So I'm absolutely saying this. Here's my point on that one. I am shocked people still, like, if you want to play day trade some Uber or some Lyft or whatever, okay, if you're looking to put some money into it. But if you're looking for a good investment and you run across one of these articles saying, oh, look, they're getting into autonomous. This is their 900th time in autonomous. This company has no place in it. It has no understanding of it. And to be honest, when you really go back, Tom, this is why I said you'll appreciate this and remember it, that when you really go back to the beginning of them, they were just stealing plans from other company by bringing people from other companies who were under non-disclosures onto Uber and saying, what do you got from Alphabet, Waymo?
Right.
Oh, I got this whole big folder. Okay, we'll hire you. Come on in. All it's been is just stealing ideas. They haven't partnered with anybody. And so, and nothing's being addressed again. They're talking about how Cruise failed with Lyft in 26. Cruise is literally, I feel bad for him. I'm glad that we have the Steve Brenner will be on the audio podcast, and he is the new safety director at Cruise. This was booked to be on the podcast before this obviously happened. So this will make it even more interesting, because I won't be too harsh about the release date, but you guys know me, like these release dates have just been a moving target constantly. They're never real. And even the companies themselves don't know. So I don't know. I feel like it's just for earnings calls and namesake, and because of what happened with Tesla. And for those not familiar, the Tesla, one of the big problems with the Tesla situation was this: we're going to let you there. When Dara got very excited again about a few weeks back about this, it was because Tesla said one of their new ideas is to let people let their new Teslas be used while they're sleeping to do autonomous rideshare.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm thinking to myself, dude, I even told Kim, I'm like, who the hell's going to do this?
Ouch.
Why would you buy a Tesla, go to sleep, and like, oh yeah, go pick up drunk people all night and bring it back trashed and with puke in it and sex smell and all that crap?
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
some
want my
people would do
Tesla
it.
destroyed. If I'm buying a Tesla, either I'll be using it for gig work or it will be parked in the driveway. It won't just turn itself on and go do some random stuff.
People do desperate times for desperate measures. So, never
Everyone
never
said they
know
want
what people are
passive
going to do
income,
for
right?
our money.
Yeah.
I'm not
Make
saying
money
it's
while you
right.
sleep.
Just saying you never know what people are going to do for extra cash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not I'm not a fan of these articles. Again, there's a bunch out. This one's CNBC, but there's a bunch out about it again. And we always have to bring it up. I mean, I felt like we talked about it last week as a joke. But now it's a bigger joke. And then we have the why did I want to share? There was something in this one I wanted to share. Oh, so I want to know how this one I want to know how you guys feel about this article. So this is over tip baiting, and an Uber Eats driver who has been they're in Texas, and they've been tip baited a lot. They're starting to get very upset. I'm just trying to give you the stage. And then there's a situation with $143 order, which included 5 cases of water. So the person who brought the water and the food said that they were tip baited. The phenomenon sees customers place big tips in the app to encourage priority, and then removes it. So they arrive at the person's workplace. So this might have even been some kind of catering or whatever, because it's water and other things.
Your mic is acting wacky.
Is that mine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
breaking
actually
up.
thought for a second it was Tom playing like a joke with the
It is-
sounds
is
in the
it?
background.
That means
Is it
that
mine?
me.
Is it still doing
No, I think you're good now.
No.
it?
Yes. There's like an echo or some sort.
I don't know. I might. Well,
Sounds okay right now.
yeah, okay, I'll try that. I feel all like scared to talk. But so they get it here. Mm-mm. Still doing it.
Yeah, you can hear it, right? Well, I have a question for you guys while Steve is trying to fix this. Okay, I saw this and I was like, wait, when did this happen? And supposedly it happened like months ago over here. But does your Uber Eats deliver Domino's over there?
Yes.
No, not in my state.
No.
Okay.
None.
Okay, so Kim, yours does?
It just started like maybe a month ago. It's brand new.
Yeah, us too. I was like, what? I thought Domino's was never gonna go to the delivery apps, but yeah.
Yeah.
Uber Eats over here.
Jimmy John's, which I thought, Jimmy John's always had their own drivers. And I love it because the Jimmy John's were all logistically put in one little area. So you're not going to get 20-mile trips. They're in about a 2 or 3 or 4 mile area, and people tip really well.
So am I doing it anymore?
Yes.
Yeah, so kind of.
Does somebody have another window open? I don't have
No.
anything open.
No.
I'm on.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
on.
That usually happens when a window's open. Like if someone's
Oh,
watching.
yeah. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out. But
Yeah.
so, okay. So now the person was paid $5.59 for this order. The tip, it was supposed to be paid $21. The person finally gets to their peak mad and asks for somebody else came to the door at the business to get the order. And she asked to talk to the guy, Eric. Now, this article has put the guy's name in there. I don't want to say his full name because, well, I'll get around to, I'm curious what you guys think, because we all know we hate tip baiting. But she says that he came down. He absolutely said he has no idea what's happening. He said he did not remove any tip. And she showed him a screen of an email or something from Uber Eats that said, no, he has removed part of the tip. And she showed him how they say a screenshot. And so I'm starting to think to myself, well, wait a minute. What if she has these screenshots like on the ready or something? I don't know. To me, there's no evidence this guy did it. I do need to, I mean, of course, if he did, horrible person, but this guy's getting trashed in this article, and yet there's not 1 ounce of proof that he did it.
But what happens
he
if
was
it's
his
one of
own name?
those?
If he did it, or
But what happens if it's one of those circumstances, and we all know that this happens, that somehow the tip mysteriously goes to the restaurant, especially if it was a catering order, because that has happened before on a certain catering app that we all know.
So but Kim, if that happened, okay, so if that happened, what is she just, I mean, would she just be lying about these contacts from Uber then? Or are you saying that Uber would contact her and say, hey, they removed the tip, and they're literally...
Well, that's the thing. And this goes back to like DoorDash days when like they were in their heyday of doing like catering, like true catering with the company they were doing catering with. They had no clue that it was happening. It was happening on the restaurants and then also the catering apps. And they were backing out the tip and giving it to the restaurant because they had that capability, and then the driver wouldn't get anything. So the driver would go away with like a 0 tip, and everybody else would get the money. And then when the person who was getting the order said, no, I'm making this up, $10, $20, whatever it was, they're like, well, it's not, I didn't get it. And then it was causing a big issue between the customer, the restaurant, and the driver. It actually happened to me. That's the only reason why I can talk about it.
It's funny because here's 2 takes on it. So what's up, Jeff? If you guys don't know Jeff, Mike Drop Barbecue, go check him out. He's always talking some real, and he's saying, all the guy had to do was show his payment on social media, meaning post it, and that he never removed the tip. But all he would have to do is show a picture from before he removed it. So, but then here's Bubba Sue, and her comment is I actually watched the video that I'm talking about, and the customer didn't even open the app and hasn't even rated the DoorDash driver. So there was no way for him to remove the tip yet. I don't think you need to rate the driver if you remove a tip. I don't know that.
I don't know how that works. I don't even know how that works, to be honest with you.
Well, I know that.
So what I can say is you put in a at least still here, luckily, you still put in a pre-tip, right?
Yeah.
And so like if I'm ordering, because I don't ever use DoorDash, we barely ever use it, period. But I don't use DoorDash. I use Uber Eats when we do. So I actually know this, that it suggests a tip, but you tip what you want. But then when you're done, it says, do you like, it shows the tip you do, or it says other amount. So you can do other amount and add gratuity, or you can just, and you can do it as an added. So they're supposed to, I don't think anybody does, but they're supposed to see it as added, meaning they did a good job. Or you can just make it a bigger gratuity, but you can also scale it back to 0.
This was DoorDash or Uber?
Uber.
This is Uber Eats.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Obviously, dating is a horrible thing, but I guess like my question is, how many people get to trash people on social media And I mean, I'm a gig worker too. I'm just trying to be honest here. I mean, we were just talking about how people steal food. We even know it. All of us know it. But like, how do we know that the guy who's saying, dude, I didn't do this, maybe he didn't do it? I mean, some of these stories are really clear they did do it. This one is not.
We try to encourage, I mean, of course, the tipping on DoorDash is solid. Once you do it. Uber, you have the hour to withdraw the tip if you want to. You know, we encourage people not to go back and confront the person. And so I personally, I mean, there's nothing worse than getting tip baited on Uber Eats and just getting especially now, since you only get about $2 for taking an order, then you've lost money, you lost time, and it's hurtful. And so it's very hurtful, but you know, don't confront the person ever.
Right, because even Kim said, and I mean, Kim's right. Like, hopefully this is ended, but it's not like Uber hasn't been caught red-handed doing this before. They've literally gone to court. DoorDash has too. DoorDash has lost twice in California court over stealing tips.
Yeah.
I mean, in one of the court cases, they defended it. They admitted doing it because they said, well, now that we're paying this Prop 22 that was in the beginning of Prop 22, well, now that we're paying Prop 22, they don't need to make tips. They were like saying, like,
no,
sorry. And the judge was like, no, you still have to pay the tips that people tip them. You can't keep that. This isn't Canada.
just real quick, I'm just gonna go back because I sent this to Cheyenne, but just because everybody's like, no, we don't have it. I just opened my Uber Eats like customer app and Domino's Pizza you can order.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had like the one here, you could do it.
Yeah.
I keep getting like a whole bunch of ads, and like they're I don't know if they're like retargeted and like Domino's customers or something, but on my Facebook, on anywhere that's like social media, I'm getting ads. Domino's Uber Eats, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. So I mean, soon DoorDash will just be mattresses and Domino's. I don't know. I guess I'm starting to see this from a different point of view, though. I'm starting to like, and I guess where I'm coming around to is that people are making less. We don't need to question that. People are struggling right now. That's why that's why we're going to start doing have this stream to Michelle's group too, because they're struggling everybody's struggling right now. And people are hustling more. They're putting in more hours. Everybody's doing what they need to do. And and this isn't just gig apps. It's just life. It's just tougher right now. But I'm just starting to wonder, like, well, okay, we do know about a lot of tip baiting stories, but now is it always tip baiting? I'm sure there's still some. Or is it sometimes Uber stealing your stuff? And sometimes maybe it just didn't happen. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because the other thing that I don't like is when these are up on TikTok, because I always have to wonder if somebody's like, I'm going to get famous by. That's why I kind of got on this one. Like, God, they put this guy's name out there and all this stuff. And, you know, what if she just wanted to get famous on TikTok and make a video about how this guy ripped her off?
I just know from me and stealing like the company stealing tips, it didn't happen on Uber Eats. It happened on DoorDash, and it was because I actually knew the person I was delivering to the catering order, and there's no way they would have tipped $0, and I had actually asked them afterwards what happened, and they said that they tipped X amount of dollars, and I saw nothing of it. So that's the reason why I know that it happened. Yeah, but this was like years ago. This was probably like 3-4 years ago that it actually happened, but it was the very well-known practice happening with the catering company and the restaurants.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then Cheyenne, what you had something about, I have one more thing here too, but I'm trying to find the part. It was only one part of it, but you had something on Skip the Dishes and,
oh yeah.
What's the other one?
Well, Skip the Dishes, same thing as Just Eat.
Just Eat. Okay.
Just Eat Takeaway. So Skip the Dishes is the Canadian equivalent of like Grubhub, you can say. And they, what was it, 2 days ago or 3 days ago? They cut 800 jobs in Canada. So 100 of them were directly with Skip the Dishes, so in Winnipeg, and then 700 other jobs, people throughout Canada that were working specifically for Just Eat Takeaway. They all got laid off, and they're saying it's because, you know, if they want to, how did they say it? To ensure that we have the right resources and organizational structure in place to drive sustainable growth. Like, really, that doesn't mean anything. You're just not making a lot of money, most likely, and you want to streamline the business. So a lot of drivers in the Skip the Dishes group, they're like, 800 people, where are these people working? You know, what are they doing? But I think people need to realize that it's not the 100 for Skip and then the 700 for Just Eat Takeaway. That's not just, you know, someone at a head office doing something. It's maybe customer service. So now customer service might be pushed out to a different country. It's maybe people in logistics and people like it's people from so many different departments that they're doing this to, but every single company out there is trying to see how they can streamline the business because revenue is down. So this is just the first, but who knows what gig company is going to follow suit and have a whole bunch of layoffs. Like it was a big one.
Yeah, no,
It is 800 people, but
yeah,
you know.
I mean, that happened here with DoorDash, and I can't remember, was it Instacart too, like about a year ago? I mean, these big layoffs where they just don't need them anymore, and you know, they're just, I think as the algorithm grows, it's, I mean, jobs are being eliminated.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not
They
trying
really are.
again, sometimes you just got to be realistic though, and you know, but I mean, like, part of this, you know, part of the article that I did want to talk about was there's a dasher here who's saying that she's actually trying to get a grip on the economy, and she's been doing this for a while. She does some other things, but she cannot, here was one of her quotes: people cannot afford to order on DoorDash, to order DoorDash in this economy due to lack of orders. Her approach, and so she tried Uber Eats. She cited an article about the drop in sales at McDonald's, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen. That was made public a little bit ago. That's why they are bringing back. That's why they brought back the $5 value meal, because they are seeing a dip. This is people who literally just can't afford it anymore. I mean, she goes on to say, you know, the cost of housing has skyrocketed. We all know this. You know, she says, we are going somewhere I'm very afraid of. She isn't alone in her assessment. Numerous people, and these are customers now, comments explained that they have given up on using DoorDash completely because they don't have the extra money to spend to use it. I mean, we talk about things like this, but, you know, I mean, there's some site cases in here, and there's a couple of polls. There's one woman shared her experience with food-related inflation and said that she tried to order 3 sandwiches on DoorDash with a tip, $70. Instead, she just drove down there and got it for $37.
That's crazy.
I mean, we've seen more extreme ones, but that's, I mean, if that's an average kind of thing, people are going to start noticing that. You know, because
Really wondering how are
a lot of things that we already know, that in a good economy, people don't mind spending the money for the perk, for the, you know, to be able to not have to go and get it yourself after a long day of work and stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing. People aren't ordering restaurants anymore. If they're going to order, they're ordering convenience. They're ordering McDonald's. They're ordering Dunkin'. They're ordering Starbucks. Like, they're going to order something that they can quickly get it delivered. It's on the cheaper side, so they can still use the service, so they can still stay lazy and stay at home, but they're not ordering the restaurants that they used to order, that we all know, and we used to get those big, huge orders from. Like, that's just not happening.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff's kind of on point here. You know, gouging isn't going to help these apps. They are not making revenue goals. We all know this since the beginning too. They lied to investors to get more money, and now they're scrambling.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting at. Like, Mattress Firm isn't going to save DoorDash.
No.
It's the fake autonomous isn't a fake autonomous partnership with Uber that's their 19th one and will, like all the other 18 fail, isn't going to help anybody. I mean, Gary Middleton, I'm wearing his hat tonight. So, I mean, Gary Middleton even knows that, yes, I mean, Kim said it too. Like, we all know autonomous is coming, but it's not on a timeline that anybody's talking about. It's not even close, because here's the reality. Nobody knows. And there still hasn't been near enough live testing or dead testing, whatever you want to call it.
Well, it's not just the testing, Steve. Until we see where until they're able to talk, all these cars are able to talk to each other,
Yep.
and able to talk to the intersections, and there's a stronger networking scheme than exists now. It's just not real.
Yep. And then, Tom, we've talked about infrastructure. It's not there. It's not even close. So you don't have that. You can't. But the other thing becomes like, what about when the Microsoft got hacked and all the flights had to get grounded? So now what happens if the platform gets hacked that does rideshare? Does every rideshare just stop where it is?
I guarantee that's going to happen.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. One morning, all of us who do rideshare kind of stuff wake up and turn on our apps and we don't get anything, or we can't even turn on the app.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what's happening in New York. I mean, like right now, I talked about this last week. Like, that's what's happening in New York right now. You can't get on and do DoorDash even. You can schedule blocks. Michelle, you probably know this from your group.
Yeah.
You can schedule blocks, and like that's the best you can do, and go, okay, at least I got these blocks. Maybe they'll be busy this week. But even when you get on them, it might say we don't need you tonight.
I'm going to say that the number one issue and incredible frustration that I see from new people that are just, I guess they're just trying to find out, hey, are you experiencing this as well? Is the inability to schedule since they went to the tier system. And not only that, they say, I had a schedule, I turned my app on, my schedules disappeared. I don't know how to help them because that's not helping in my market. But I have to say it must be happening because we're getting 40 to 50 a day saying the same thing. Number one, I can't schedule. I can maybe schedule a half an hour block from 2 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Or I can't there is no schedule, or B, my schedule that I had is gone. What's the answer to any of that? Do you know?
That's crazy.
Dash along the way, and don't dash along the way anywhere.
Well, that's why these folks are doing the platinum, and now I can tell you the newest thing that's happened, and it takes a while sometimes for me to get it because if it's not happening in St. Louis, I'm not seeing it. But the newest thing that's happening is, and I guess we could have predicted it, EBT has disappeared for many people. They don't have the option anymore. So they were using it and now it's gone. And so either A, they've been doing it the whole time, or B, they started to do it and really liked it. And now the toggle button is no longer there. So have you heard of that? It's just gone.
Kim's Market she just did a video today. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw it was about EBT.
Yeah, so these
Kim,
folks,
and
I should be asking them, hey, where are you? Because again,
it's not that it's gone. DoorDash, from what I know, like if it's really busy out and they have enough drivers to fulfill the orders going on, they actually almost, I don't want to say they take away earn by time, but they limit earn by time to however many dashers that they deem for that area, just based off if it's busy, people are already making the $1 per hour.
Right.
As soon as it lessens in the area and it becomes like pink or even gray, that's when the EBT actually gets turned back on or is available to more drivers, because then they actually have an option and they need the earn by time. So it's kind of a fluctuation of up and down based off of the needs of DoorDash and how much they have going on.
Right. Well, I understand that because I know that these people are saying it's gone. Like the option's gone, like it's been gone for a week or 2 weeks. It's just gone. I get
Like
that.
you're saying it's not even there with a little lock
Like,
symbol anymore?
Option is just gone. Like they don't even see it. Not at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 6 a.m. or that they feel that it's just been taken away from. And these are just all different people from different walks of life on both groups.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not platinum, and it's not always on for me, but like Eric's saying here, I can always see
yeah.
EBT. It just has like a padlock on it most of the time.
Yeah. So what other people are telling these other folks they're saying you've overused it, or you've and oh my goodness, these are the deactivations, prolonged deliveries, and they're getting deactivated and no way back. So people have been milking the EBT, and those are happening at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
And
well, in New York City, they got rid of walking because the EBT people were just taking twice as long to walk somewhere. You know, like this normally would take me 15 minutes. I'll take a half hour to walk there and be on time.
The folks that we used to talk from Manhattan and all that all the time just have said dashing is just
it's dead. It's done.
It's dead.
It's done. They're the ones I know who are able to do anything. Like I said, they're losing their blocks. Like more than half of them they're losing, and they're and they're not even making anywhere close. And the ones who still want the hustle are going to Kim's Market, or going to Long Island, or going to other markets now. That is a real. It's been a thing for a lot, but it's a thing for all New Yorkers now. If they really still want to do this, they're leaving the city, because you can't be in the boroughs and do any work.
Yeah, so we're hearing that from New York. We're hearing it from Seattle. That it's just
New York is the worst though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I read an article that said that 50% of the dashers in the boroughs have left, which you would think that'll help over time, and that of the 50 that are still there, 30% can't make what they were making, or 70%. 30% are doing okay. Like nobody's doing better, and this was supposed to help drivers. So, I guess it comes down to these companies have a way to, as much as the states want to put into it, they have a way to fight this stuff. And so I guess let's end with this topic, because I'm clearly going to make this just under an hour tonight. Here's the last question. It's for the chat. It's for everybody. Has the slowing down, and you can, however you want to answer it, multi-apping, whatever you're doing, it's been a rough summer, and the last couple of weeks have been rough. School's going back in session. I don't know for who, when, but like for us, it's like in a week and a half. College kids are already going to the colleges. Things are in motion. Things are moving. Does mid-September get better? Like we've talked about summer slowdown before. Does mid-September get better, or does it get worse? Because you'll lose all the college kids.
I think it's market specific.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying, I think like my area, right? So in September, all the people who come from out of state and every which way go away because the shore closes down, and if like we get a sense of normalcy, but kids go back to school, teachers go back to school, like we get into a new normal. But it doesn't mean like we have an influx of millions of people in my area from Memorial Day all the way to Labor Day, and then they all go away. So I think it's definitely market specific, because what could be in my area might not be in Cheyenne's area or even Michelle's area. It's hard to predict.
Yeah. So are you So, but when all the people leave the beach, isn't that a lot of the people who are ordering too?
No, like no, there
Not
a
at
lot
all?
of them are going out, like they're on vacation, right? So
Sure. But
you
I would just imagine they're using the
I mean, you
platform.
see a little bit of an influx, right? You have a lot more people,
Yeah.
millions of people come to your area, but people like to go out when they're on the vacation. They like to go out to eat. They like to like splurge. They like, if they are going to do it, it might be like we get an influx on Friday nights because people are coming down for the weekend. So they might do it on a Friday night because they don't feel like doing anything when they arrive. But no. In
Yeah, our
fact,
local,
I'm looking forward to Labor Day. I'll be honest. The day after Labor Day is always like, oh, okay, we're back. We're back.
yeah, see, for me, like well, I mean, first of all, we have a whole situation with the newcomers, but that we won't touch on that. But that's kind of starting to be dealt with. I don't know what they can do, but it's starting to be dealt with and looked at, um, and it's just become. I am seeing sometimes when I would think it's going to be really swamped. It might not still be as volume busy, but I'm seeing less people out working. I am seeing that.
I am going to
Like I'm,
predict something though this week. I think then like going into next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday-ish, I think you're going to see a lot of shopping orders coming up for Labor Day weekend. So I think shopping is going to be there's going to be an influx in shopping in the next like little over a week.
yeah. I don't know, Michelle. What do you think about your market?
Well, personally, this is my best time of year, going into September, October, November, December. Now and I love the fact that yes, I get upfront and personal with all the people in my groups, and I'll put this out to whoever's listening. If you're in my group, DoorDash Drivers or DoorDash Drivers Pro, and you're interested and being a moderator and firsthand seeing all the neat stuff that we get to see as moderators, that let me know, because I'm always looking for a good moderator. So, let me just contact me either through Steve or through one of my groups.
All of Michelle's links will be in the show notes. You guys, I always put the advanced group because I don't know. I have put both groups in before, but I don't want to confuse people. And I don't think most people who watch this,
Yeah.
or do you think it's good to put the other group in too?
That's fine, either or, but
I just meant for veteran users and people who are, I mean, is it really just the one group or do you advise both?
I advise both because, it's like, do you like Uber or DoorDash? They both kind of complement each other. But I just want to let you know some of my, because I'll just give you some quick, why I like this time of year. I love to work when everybody else is not working. And immediately when the days get shorter and daylight savings time comes, you're going to get rid of a whole bunch of people because they say they will not dash in the dark, period. So good for me.
Yeah.
They're not dashing and they're just done. And then, of course, after October or so, our weather starts getting cold, and I am praying for bad weather all the time, because when weather gets bad, business gets good. And and there are so many people here who either have bad cars, no insurance, they're not driving in bad weather. And so, so I like to go out, and then, I know my market, like Kim knows hers and you all know yours, and my businesses order at certain times. And this is the time of year where people get more generous, especially we're lucky. We're 3 million folks live here. So a lot of businesses that order, and that never stops. They don't ever seem to run out of money for that, but it's and of course the holidays. And back to school is a big factor, because the people that are, we have lots of colleges here, and as well as schools, and the schools and colleges order all day long. So that's.
So Cheyenne, Tom, in 15 seconds, do you guys have any input on that one?
Not in 15 seconds.
I went back and I checked, and last year this time didn't pick up any different than it was during the summertime. It was quiet. It was really quiet, and I thought that it was going. Same thing like Michelle. I was like, usually it gets dark. It gets darker here very quickly now. And no, people are still out there. People are also still not ordering. And then the orders are bad. Like I went out on the weekend and the orders were horrible. And I was like, what is this? And you're seeing all these different drivers. And I'm like, I've never seen you before. And yeah, it's not the same. It's really not the same.
But it might be again soon. So thank you all for joining us here tonight. That's a wrap. We love you guys. Thanks for watching on the replay. Thanks for watching the live. Thanks for listening on the audio podcast. Until next week, be safe, earn smart, and
kindness is always free.
Don't be kind.
Drivers snapping at the tempo, playing